Hi VC, this is John, back again with another video. This is video number 5 or 6, I believe. I kind of lost count, but anyway. Today I went to Portland, and me and my wife, and we messed around a little bit. My original intention was to go to a store over on Southeast Powell Boulevard in Portland. I know nobody doesn't know where that is, but anyway, there's a shop there called the Variety Shop that I've been wanting to check out, but ended up not happening that way for a number of reasons. But anyway, we did end up going to a shop on a street called Hawthorne in Portland. There's several record shops on that street. We actually went to a variety vintage shop, I think it was called, and mostly closed, 75% closed, but there's a few areas. It's one of those vintage malls, one of those antique malls type things. There's a lot of them in this area, in Oregon. My cat's here, she distracted me, but anyway, so we ended up going into the store. There's a lot of clothes there. She bought a few things, and there was a few sections with records in them. And what I found there was a few good things. Let me put these back in order here. I found 3 records at this vintage shop. One of them was $10, and it was a good, I think a good find, $10. It's in pretty good condition. The vinyl's in pristine condition. It's Black Sabbath, Live Evil. I was quite surprised to see this for $10. I guess it's not too bad. It's in very good condition. See right there. There we go. Let me scoot back a little bit. There we go. And I don't need to show the vinyl, but well, I'll show the vinyl. It's in excellent condition. The vinyl is, at least. Like I said, the cover has a little ring wear. So there's the label. Cool label. And it's a double LP. So that was a good find, I think, for $10. Really good condition. And in the background, I have playing on random off of my iPad. Just some random metal. Right now, it sounds like Sonata Arctica. They're a power metal band from Finland. Pretty good, but they're like that, too much double bass. And the next song is like, and the next song is like, it's a little too much. But, it's fun every once in a while to listen to. So, and the next album I found, I think this is a good buy, except it really pisses me off. Look at this big sticker on here. Big sticker right here. I gotta get that out off with some goof off, I think 33 and a third RPM suggested. So I'm gonna do that, but it sucks. But anyway, it's Sammy Hagar solo album. I believe this is his first solo album. This was $7. It's in good condition. And put this in the inner sleeve real quick. There he is. Sammy Hagar is cool. Yeah, I don't drink or anything, but I would love to go see one of his shows, even though he's 60-something years old. It'd be just so much fun to see one of his shows. It looked like an absolute blast. With Mona on bass. And that guitar player, I forget his name, he's a good guitarist. And I've seen a couple of concerts of his fairly recent concerts of his on YouTube, and it just looks like so much fun. Such a cool guy. And here's another good find. This was, see, I've had the price tag right here. This is $8. It's a Michael Schenker group. I had this when I was a teenager. I love this album with Michael right there. Of course, everybody knows who Michael is. Cozy Powell, right there. I don't know the rest of you guys. Like good lead singer. And everybody, you know, it's a Chrysalis label. So this was a good find. Only $8. I like this album a lot. And these next albums I found at a store at a record shop in Portland on Hawthorne called Jackpot Records. Good little record shop. There's some other stuff I saw too, but you know, financially I just can't swing it. That's okay. Next time. There's a lot more shops to go to. Here's another Sammy Hagar album. This is only $3 at Jackpot. I'm gonna go Jackpot Records more often. $3 for Sammy Hagar album. The song Red is on here. I love that song. Kicks ass. So there's the center ring. I think good condition. Nice shiny. In very good condition. The vinyl's really thick. I mean, this was released in 1970. And it's kind of shaky. 78 or 76. It's hard to tell. Kind of some ring wear right there. 78. So the vinyl's really thick. This is a good copy. Nice thick vinyl. I mean, it's not a reissue or anything. I guess that's the way they used to make records. I remember like some of the old metal records I used to buy, like on Neat Records and stuff. The vinyl themselves are real thin. Almost cut your finger open. This is a good find. This is only $8. Vinnie Vincent Invasion, his first album. Cat loves bags. Vinnie Vincent Invasion. So the shrink wrap on it. It's been opened, but the shrink wrap's on it. There's a hype sticker right there. There's the inner sleeve. It's on Chrysalis Records. You know what the other side looks like. Try not to handle it. That was a pretty good find. There's a kick-ass album. I used to have it when I was younger. Had it on tape. Made to be played at maximum volume. Awesome. And this, I was shocked to find how much good condition this album is in. It's only $5. It's only $5. It's Angel Live. This is only $5, and whoever had this album took really good care of it. There's the front. There's the back. I was extremely happy to find this for only $5. Out the inner sleeve, same on the other side, and it has gold label, sand label, whatever you want to call it. So it's a double record. Great find, man. I'm so happy I found this. $5. And there was, like I said, there was a lot more good deals at that store that I kind of passed up. But financially, I basically couldn't afford it. But anyway, and also at Jackpot, they had a couple of bumper stickers. And there's one, Vinyls Forever, Jackpot Records. I'm going to stick them on my truck. There's a Jackpot Records vinyl, or bumper sticker. And I found there, this is a reissue. This was $20. It's a reissue of Athiest, Unquestionable Presence. Athiest is an awesome band. Progressive death metal, kind of jazzy influence, jazzy overtones to their music. So this is $20. And it's on green vinyl, green clear. So there you go. And here's the inner sleeve. And you know, I'm not really too much into death metal really, or black metal, but there are a few bands I like. I like Opeth. I like Athiest because they're unique. You know, they have a unique sound to them. Black metal, I don't know. There's some bands that I'm trying. You know, like I've heard that what's the name of that band? That album. They have an album called the Satanist out. I want to say Emperor, but that's not it. Anyway, Behemoth, that's what it is. I tried, I just can't. Maybe one of these days I'll just try it. Try to listen to the whole thing, you know. Some black metal, it's just a little too much. Anyway, I'm going to continue with, I'm going to do a little artist spotlight real quick. This is a band that I discovered in the early 2000s. Really, really, really good band. I don't know, I was in the store one day and I happened to see the CD and I bought it, and you know, I thought the CD looked good. They don't have anything on vinyl that I know of. I'm sure they're probably releasing vinyl now. I'm not really much into them now because they've changed so many band members. Basically the lead singer, main songwriter, the only guy left, the only original guy left. Everybody else is different, and it's hard for me to accept that because I love the old band. But anyway, they're from Sweden, and they're progressive metal, but they're really, really different. Kind of very aggressive. Kind of like a mix of Tool and Dream Theater, and the singer is just outstanding. He goes from like a low, like kind of like Jeff Tate, but more aggressive. You know, the band is called Pain of Salvation. From Sweden. This is their first album, Entropia, from 1999. Just total kick-ass. The first song is called, I don't know if you can see it here, exclamation point forward. That's what it's called. And it's a good representative of what this band is all about. You know, when I first heard this album, this isn't the first CD I heard from them, but you know, the first song took me a while to get into because it's just so sporadic and crazy. But after a while, it's one of my favorite songs from them. Pain of Salvation is one of those bands, or one of those progressive bands that, you know, they take a while to grow on you, I guess. But I loved them right away. So, if you ever get a chance, check them out. Pain of Salvation. Go on YouTube, check them out. One of my favorite bands. Their second album, or CD, they don't have anything vinyl that I know of. It's called 1 Hour by the Concrete Lake. I think it's about, you know, nuclear, Chernobyl, and all that kind of stuff. So this is a really good album too. Excellent band. Just, man, I can't say enough about this band, especially these first 4 albums that I have, first releases that I have. Just amazing stuff. I know these albums by like the back of my hand. I mean, I love it. One of my favorite songs on here is Handful of Nothing, New Year's Eve, everything, Water. Just amazing stuff. One of my favorite bands. I've already said that 1,000 times, but they are. This album is you know, a step, you know, more, how can I say it? Not production wise is better. That's what I want to say. It's called The Perfect Element. This is the main songwriter, singer, Daniel Gildenlow. The drummer, I can't think of his name right now. Let me find it here real quick. They have their pictures, okay. Daniel Gildenlow, lead singer, it's the main songwriter, guitar. Johan Lango, he plays the drums. Excellent drummer, man. Christoph Gildenlow is Daniel's brother, he's on the bass. Frederick Hermansen, he was on keyboards. And Johan Halgren, he was on guitar. But unfortunately, you know, Daniel is the only guy left now. Everybody else left. The bass player went on to form a band called Dial, which I haven't heard yet. I don't know what happened to the other guys. I think the drummer, he had to quit to go take care of family, which is pretty important stuff. So, but anyway, this is a really good album too. Just kick-ass stuff, man. The Pain of Salvation, man. And this next album is my favorite album from them. It's called Remedy Lane. Very emotional. It's about relationships and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty, you know, deep, intense stuff. It's about relationships and relationships going awry, and there's some pretty disturbing stuff in here. But I love this album. I used to, you know, when I first heard this album, and still today, just gives me chills, and you know, made me cry a few times. Just very, very emotional, intense stuff. And like I said, to me, they're kind of like, you know, they have Tool. To me, they sound like Tool mixed with Dream Theater. You know, it's the only way I can explain them. Very, very, and they have their own style. Very unique sound to them, especially on this album. Showing you every page. I mean, one of my favorite songs on here is called Waking Every God. It's just awesome. I'm getting chills thinking about it. And this album is just amazing. And then after this album, to me, they kind of like jumped a little too far ahead in style and being, I don't know how to say it, being a little too much. That's all I can say. I don't have the CD for this, but I have the live album. This is their next album. It's called B.E. This is a live DVD that they did in conjunction to the album. It's a DVD of their whole album performed theatrically, you know. And it's good. It's a very good album, but to me, it's just a little too much. But it's a very good album. A little insert that came with it. Inside Out Music, they're all progressive metal. A lot of these bands I know. Devin Townsend, that's another guy I'm going to talk about at one point. Anyway, Pain of Salvation. B. And then their last album that I kind of like I don't want to say gave up, but I kind of like gave up a little bit. I don't want to sign. I guess they're going for a more commercial sound, I guess. And this is the last album that I bought from them. I'm thinking about buying their next one. It's supposed to be, you know, return back to old form, like their earlier stuff, which I prefer better. This album is called Scar Sick. A disturbing cover there. Actually, that face is like from a statue or something, and then they superimposed images over it. It looks creepy. And there's the back. See, there's only 4 members now. the bass player is gone. So and you know, Daniel Gillow is a very, very, very talented guy. He's a great singer, he's a great guitarist, he's a great songwriter, he's a great lyricist. Just very, very intense stuff. But you know, I don't know what happened in the band, but a lot of band members left, or you know, like this guy, the drummer, left for family issues, family reasons. I don't know why he left. He's a really good keyboardist. And I'm not sure why this guy left. He's the other guitarist. So anyway, that's okay. So anyway, I just wanted to feature that band this time, and next time, you know, maybe in a few videos down the road, I'll you know, feature another band that some of you may not have heard of, that I love. There's quite a few bands that I have that I love. My cat's chewing on my album. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that next time, and I tried to make this video short, but it's already 20 minutes in. Anyway, see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching, and have an awesome week. Bye.